every time I go, it start trying to record. It does that every time, and it's starting to get annoying. Run up, overcome down. You run through here. Run up on the roof and you can run around in a circle and kill all those dudes. You don't have to time when you can get a whole bunch of easy kills, easy quick kills, and then come back. If you get into a spot, stab them real quick, then you're just wasting time, because let's say it takes you 20 seconds to fight a guy, right? 20 seconds or 30 seconds, or on average, if you drop that you could have went and spent 20 seconds and got like 30,000 XP, you know, 3 or 4 times. And it's just, else you're just going to be wasting time that you could run back, rest, and then do it again. I don't want to waste time with that again, just in case. I just need to, we need to get over past the great koi fish. And then I have to feed him one of the baits. I can't. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I've already got the trophy. I don't need to do anything. I can't remember if it gives you any items or not. He already came through here and smashed up all this. It's not that big a deal. There is somebody over here, wait, that I'm forgetting about. There was somebody on a roof over here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. And I like I said, I'm doing all before I knew about like Fighting Cowboy or any of these guys in Fighter PL and Iron Pineapple. So I wasn't following any guides or anything. I would just Google what the hell is that? I basically played this game enough to where I knew where everything was at, and I would just Google, like, what do I do with this item? Or how do I, what's the next step to get this trophy? So, I mean, I did look some stuff up, but I didn't follow a guide with this game. Now, when I hopped into Demon Souls, no, Bloodborne was next. I did Bloodborne, then I did Demon Souls. So when I hopped into Bloodborne was very hard for me at first. I wasn't digging the art style and all that. And I kept getting my ass kicked in the very beginning by that group of dudes. I didn't really understand the whole like mechanics behind the whole Soulsborne formula, because I kept trying to play it like I was playing this, you know. And this, you use a lot of stealth and you rush in and you combat the shit out of people. And Bloodborne is not like that. Bloodborne, like all the other Souls game, is very stand, fight, parry, stand, fight, parry. And it's not like this where it's explosive combat and then hide, sneak, stab, kill, explosive combat. But I had a friend that played Bloodborne, and he happened to be playing, he was an old Final Fantasy XIV buddy, and he happened to be playing Bloodborne at the same time as me, so I messaged him, and he hopped into a party with me and showed me where like all the beginning items and all that stuff were, and that's when it clicked for me. When I started getting like different outfits and all that in Bloodborne, and he started explaining like how the whole customization and the Soulsborne world works, it really intrigued me, because as you know, there is no customization in this. You are Sekiro, and that's how you play, is just as Sekiro would. You can develop different skills through the tree, but other than that, there isn't really much else to play around with. You pretty much just make yourself bigger, stronger, and faster with a couple of extra counters and a couple of extra moves, and your healing gourds and all that stuff, you get a little bit stronger, and you know, you collect more gold and more spirit emblems. But I just happened to be looking something up for Bloodborne one day, and I found Fighting Cowboy's guide. And I was like, oh my god. Like, watching him play through that game and do his guide, I fell in love with Bloodborne. I could not put that game down. I probably platinumed that game in like 5 days. I just could not get enough of it. I was so hooked. And I heard all this talk about the Soulsborne universe, and I was like, you know what? This game looks beautiful, and going into Demon Souls, I was just blown away. I was hooked. I couldn't get enough. I could not get enough. And of course I was following Fighting Cowboy's Guide for that. And someone else was like, hey, you know, if you like Demon Souls, why don't you try Dark Souls Remastered? And I was like, alright, cool. So I went and bought all 3 Dark Souls. And you know what? I don't give a shit. I love Dark Souls too. Say what you will, I think that game is fantastic. And because of other people's bullshit, I almost overlooked an incredible game. And I found out why most of the hate from Dark Souls exists. It's because some YouTuber that sucks at Soulsborne games hopped into Dark Souls 2 when it first came out and was like, this game sucks because the first boss killed me, meh, meh, meh. And all his little goon followers started fucking hating on the game. And because, Hidetaka didn't direct it, but I don't care. I still think it was a beautiful game. I didn't play the original Dark Souls 2. I played Scholar of the First Sin. Still, I don't care. That game was fucking amazing. And if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you, because I think that game had a lot of great mechanics, and whether you like it or not, it is connected in the universe. I mean, that tree at the Cemetery of Ash in Dark Souls 3, where do you think that came from? They're all over Dark Souls 2. Not in Dark Souls 1. Even that stupid little seed that it drops for you that does nothing in Dark Souls 3. In Dark Souls 2, that was a big part of the story. It's actually how you got the Moonlight Greatsword in Dark Souls 2. But I've noticed that all these people that are hating on Dark Souls 2, 90% of them have never even played the game. They never even made it out of Things Betwixt, or if they have, they just barely made it into Majula 1 or a Dark Souls 3 game. Think of it as its own game, because that's what the director was trying to do. He was trying to do like a Final Fantasy thing. Like, none of the Final Fantasy games are really connected unless it's a direct sequel, like Final Fantasy 13-2 or 10-2 or, you know, something like that, Crisis Core. But Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 2, nothing alike. Not the same characters. The only thing of similarity in those games is like some of the major enemies, like Bahamut, some of the weapons, and the Chaos and Infinity, or Chaos and... We're going to try something really quick. I don't know how to do this. It's during this time of day, all the time. I can't record during this time of the day.